That's our music. It is black music. Black and ugly as ever. However, I stay Houston down to my socks. Elliot, I got on socks today. It's In My Humble Opinion podcast. This is me. It's me. It's Avery. Avery, like a very nice guy. The Avery. That's what I am on like all socials and whatnot. And it's my brother over here, Just Devon. I don't read his writing, but he writes.
Exactly.
I can't read. I be telling y'all don't be understanding. I don't know how to read, bro.
You can have a chat AI read it to you at this point. You can have
it. I have to read. I have to know how to like use a computer and read that to get there. I can't do that.
I get that. You can have AI show you.
Wow.
AI can show you everything.
AI can show you everything.
See, that's what I love about us, because we're learning something and we have this wonderful woman with us teaching me something, because I said it before, Houston got the best spitters. Whoever had it before, H-Town got it now. But one thing I can be honest about, so honest, the women out here are elite when it comes to spitters. There's a lot of cities that it's like the people are rapping, but like Houston, the women out here are better. Our next guest has been on our show before. The Zoom episodes. I know.
The Zooms.
I know.
COVID.
The COVID Dark Ages episodes. But nonetheless, she's returned. We first talked to her. She was in a group. All right. She worked with Matthew Knowles and she was already a star to us, but now solo working through this game. She's got thick thighs. She's got thin patience. She's pretty and pretty paid and put up. A self-proclaimed Beyonce stalker, the real HBIC, which is in your phone right now. She the biggest, the largest. Big X couldn't even afford this. I love that line. I love that. All right. She's representing Houston by way of Los Angeles. Yeah. Is that the new Sunni Tha Rapper? Yes. It's Sunni Tha Rapper. Big fine and a real ass clapper.
Yesterday.
There we go. Excellent. Another excellent intro.
That was a great intro.
And this is not a zero episode. Because people are like, oh, y'all going to do zero for the third time.
Oh, my God.
It is not. We're going to get somebody that has not been on a fight.
She doesn't look like zero at all.
So, not at all.
That's my guy.
Yeah, that's our,
Big Mo City shit.
Actually, I was going to say, hasn't been, well, you have been on one fight on camera. We saw that one
time.
Oh,
my God.
We saw that one time. I was like...
I didn't even get how I needed to get up in. I wasn't in there. I wasn't in it. You jumped off the stage.
I was like, that. First off,
I wasn't in it. They was trying to...
Sunni is not short. Like, she
has reach. On.
She has reach, too. So
girl was
trying to fight you?
It really wasn't her that was trying to fight me. I really wasn't even trying to get to her. I was trying to get to that guy. It was a guy named Easy. Yes. That's who I was trying to hit. That's who I was swinging at.
Okay.
She was just in the way.
Okay.
She was in the way talking her shit, and I don't even know why, because me and her didn't even have no issue or nothing. She came up over there and tried to snatch that mic, because basically it all started about pretty much who was going next. The lady who was running the actual show, like running the stage, had me up there. She kept telling me that I was next. She wanted me to stay right there because, you know, it was a lot going on for the show. So she was just like, just stay right here. I got 2 more people than you. All of a sudden, he comes walking up the girl. Her name was Ari. He walking her up, and he was like, she next, she about to be next. And then the lady was like, why? Like, you're messing up my, you know what I'm saying, my thing. Like, I've been having Sunni right here, da-da-da. So my road manager, Breezy, she was there, and she was just like, let me see what's going on. Because the girl had walked away. They walked away talking, like going back and forth. So she went over there. They had just gave us the mic or something. Yeah, they had just set the mic there or something with the mic. And the girl came over there and snatched the mic on a Breezy end. Then DZ was right there, and Breezy was like, bro, what's going on? Like, this is too much. This is unprofessional. Like, you know, now at this point, she's irritated. He gets in her face. They start going back and forth. He pushed her. Like, and he's like 6'2", you feel me? Like a man.
Yeah. He's like 5'3".
Yeah.
You feel me? Well, she's not 5'3".
She's not 5'3".
She was like 5'6" and a half,
okay.
5'7".
Okay.
Yeah. She's not that much shorter than me. But I got in between them, and it took me everything not to hit him that first time, because I don't play about you putting hands on one woman to my people. Like, please. Yeah. So I got in between him, and I pushed his head back with my hand. I said, bro, you need to learn to keep your hands off of people. And I pushed his head back. And after that, he hit me. Oh, it was a wrap. That's when you see me grab the mic
I get it.
and try to hit him with the mic, and I'm swinging, trying to hit, but it's somebody. People was in my way, like it was just in my way. I could not get to him the way I needed to get to him. But little did he know, baby, because I does this for real. Like that's why I'm training boxing right now, because I really just need to like.
You're training in boxing right now?
Yes, I am.
How long you been doing this now?
2 months.
2 months you've been training.
They asked me to train for real, and I was like, no, I'm not trying to get hit up in the ring every weekend with like knocked around in my head. I just want to train just to say I train, just to know, just to be able to do it, just to mentally have to say I did it, because it's a really big, like, it really is one of those sports that are all mental, and it's really harder than people think.
Oh, way
what I'm saying? So, like, it's just something that I personally want to do. But yeah, that's pretty much the story with that. And to this day, like, it's on site with that nigga. But I
was about to say, you're not taking these boxing classes trying to train for this man.
I'm not.
You're like,
I'm not.
All right.
He just, can I curse on you?
Yeah.
He just a pussy ass hoe who need his motherfucking shit knocked the fuck about his wind socket, okay? He need one of them hits. He need to feel like he can't breathe for a second.
Okay.
Cause he just did a whole lot. It's a backstory too. He felt the way towards Breezy years ago for her not putting his artist on a show that was closed. Everybody named mama wanted to get on that Blueface show. The moment that she announced Blueface was on here, this is when he first had pop. He trying to get his artist on there, and she was just like, my show was closed. Like, I'm not adding any more artists to my show. Okay. And he felt the way, blocked her, did all this weird ass shit. Then I ended up doing a song with this producer that he was managing, and we had to see each other because we had to go to the studio and he was there. And it's funny because it already was started off rocky because me and old boy had an understanding. Then we get to the studio with him and it's a whole nother thing. He wanna switch it up. And I'm like, bruh. So now he coming at me, you know what I'm saying, with something completely that me and the producer talked about. But now all of a sudden he's the producer manager. So whatever. So him and Breezy ended up having a conversation, and she called him out because she was like, they was talking about following each other. She was like, you used to follow me. You blocked me from when I didn't put your artist on my show. Like she told him, he was like, I blocked you. I don't remember that.
And Breezy is very matter of fact. Like
she gonna tell you. She's very blunt. And she's very honest, and she's gonna say what's on her mind. She's not gonna keep you guessing. So she told him that. Yeah, unblocked her. They followed each other back and everything. But yeah, after that happened, shit hit the fan. And I ain't really seen that nigga. I seen him one other time outside, and we literally seen him behind us, and then we looked away and he was gone.
Okay.
I said, oh yeah, he avoiding us. He said he ain't trying to see us.
Okay, well, tall women. I'm scared of that.
But we was with her artist Peso.
Okay.
And Peso already said when he seen that nigga, he was gonna get that nigga a face. So, but you feel me? It's like, it is what it is. But it's fuck that nigga.
Damn.
Like dead ass.
I mean, dead ass.
That's two artists and 2 fights now. Okay, so we're
it is fuck that bitch too, because she got on the internet talking about she was just she went from 0 to 100. I don't know that bitch on cocaine or something. Bitch, first of all, I ain't never in my life did no hard drugs. Stop playing with me. All I do is smoke weed.
I saw the Instagram go between.
Like we was on the cypher together and everything. I had no issue with her. So for her to pop about the woodworks, feeling like she needed to defend him or say something when it had nothing to do with you was crazy. I called her a bitch ass out too. She wasn't getting the field. Then I seen her at a video shoot. I tried to keep it cute because that was my first time working with Young Lyric. She had invited me and her and this other girl to be on the song.
That's a Young Lyric.
And when I got there, I didn't know that it was going to be her. Well, I think I found out that night before, and I told Breezy, I said, how do I want to go about these? Because when the type of bitch I am, as soon as I see you, I'm not even talking. We getting out there because that's where I come from. Like, you either about to apologize or we going to get in the field. It's one or the other. But Breezy was like, no, keep it cute. Do what you need to do first. I was like, okay. So at the end of the shoot, I said, hey, me and Lyric was talking, but I was like, I need to hurry up and finish talking because I need to get outside so I could call this bitch out. So I'm trying to not be rude to Lyric. She talking to me and I'm over there like, okay, friend, hurry up. So then I seen her and her friends disappear. So me and her talk a little more. Then we had exchanged numbers because I had been talking to someone part of her team the whole time. So we had exchanged numbers. And then I went out there and she had got in the car and was like about to back out. And I was like, I was like, I'm about to go knock on her window. Breezy was like, no, she's going to knock on her window. I'm like, why? She's like, bro, she don't want to smoke. She leaving. Why? This girl goes on Zion's podcast. And he actually had brought it up, but because that's his job, you know. Yeah. He gonna talk about the tea. Because he was like, to be honest, I don't want to know why you got a problem with my friend, because I just can't imagine Sunni. He said she's so sweet. Like, I can't imagine her doing anything. Like, what did you do? Like, he basically asked her, like, what did you do? And then basically she called me a pussy, talk about I had just seen her and I ain't do nothing. And it was really my people on that rah-rah shit, not me. Even said that I called and apologized to her, and I don't even have this girl number. So I was really confused. Just made up a whole bunch of lies.
Okay.
What? That's
yes. And that's why I told Breeze, I said, don't you ever let me let a bitch slide, because they get to thinking it's a water park. She got on that goddamn podcast and lied like that because she could say she saw me after the situation and I didn't do nothing. And that's why it's always up when you see a motherfucker, no matter if it's a year, 2, 3, 4, because either you need to run me that or you need to apologize.
I kind of like
you literally got on the internet and tried to call me a cokehead, and everybody named mama know I don't do drugs. Like, please.
Yeah.
Like,
handle your business.
And that's that.
She's so sweet though.
I am. That's the thing. Yeah. I'm literally the nicest female rapper out of Houston, Texas, and I put that on a Bible. Okay.
Double entendre. Like, nicest.
Yeah. Like dead ass I am. So, but I'm also one of them type of people where I give people chances too many times, and then they end up showing me why I can't, and then I end up going 0 to 100. Like, my temper is really bad.
Okay.
But I don't let things bother me very easily, so you don't really ever have to see my temper. That's why it's only thing can really is just disrespectfully putting your hands on me is really the only thing that could get me to that point. And he disrespectfully put his hands, and she got on the internet doing all of that and was making it seem like she was gang, and she wasn't. Like, you not, friend, you not.
About that life.
You not at all. Maybe the niggas you hang with are, but you not.
But as you were saying, hey, look, the last person that we had, they were about that life. You're about that life. The last person we had was 0.
My boy is about that life for sure. Okay?
Tell us about your upcoming music.
So Zero is literally like a Mo City legend, and I am from Mo City. You know, I went to elementary and middle and high school in Mo City. Okay. So I'm from Mo City.
You're from Mo City.
Queen Valley East to be exact. Really? Yeah. So I don't know how. This is one of my favorite artists ever. Literally, I would listen to him all the time. And I'm so blessed that he allowed me to bless one of his tracks. Hopefully it makes the album. I know he's working on the album right now, so hopefully it makes the album. But we're doing song for song, so I have a song that I'm getting ready to record with him. I was supposed to do it last week, but I had too much going on, so we're doing it this week. But I'm super blessed. He invited me to his humble house. It's a beautiful house. Like, he just, you know, he gave me my props, although he doesn't listen to other artists. But he has heard some of our. He makes it very clear he don't know what nobody sound like.
He does.
He does not.
He said, I only listen to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I said, well, how you know I can rap? He was like, I mean, you better coming up in here. Like, he was like,
I can see that.
But I had just did a freestyle to Get Thrown by Bun B. You know, all them. I don't know if you seen it. So when he said, one of his partners was like, hey, you see that big fine bitch? Rapping on that. First of all,
big
like,
soup.
Right. The big fine bitch rapping on this song, but she got hard. Like, da-da-da. So he did get confirmation from someone else. Like, but he heard, because, you know, we follow each other on Instagram now. So, like, he did hear some of my stuff from, like, Instagram. But even then, he'll let you know it's only like 5 or 10 seconds. Then he keeps scrolling. But I think he knows I'm hard. He sees how the city fucking with me. He sees, like, my motion, movement, and he sees that it's just us doing it, like, me and my team, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that he respected that and he fucked with that. And I'm just blessed that he allowed me, you know, into his musical world. Like, this is literally, so I be trying not to fan out. Like, I don't talk to him about, like, that. I just be like, I know all your songs, them hoes hard. Like, I just
I feel you, because
I try not to,
like, we're watching our interview, I watch everything back. I'm like, I'm fanning out for 2 episodes. For
real.
The entire time. I'm like
he's too cool of a person for you to fan out on. Like, it's like he's too cool of a person.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
I fanned out though.
I know.
Okay.
He's just so talented though. He's really great. Yeah. And then me watching him at the studio, like when I went to the studio to record, me watching him. I mean, we picked the beat together. Mm-hmm. He did the hook. He recorded me. And then, came back and did. So it's like watching his whole process, watching him like do his little rap sing, his little Luther Vandross rap voice, like in person. It was just like legendary.
So you were at the house in the studio?
Yes. Yeah. We recorded the song there. Yes. So it was just a really dope experience. He do everything himself. Like he recorded himself.
Engineer, everything.
Yeah.
He do everything.
So, it's just a dope process to watch. And it challenged me because like I'm very shy and I don't really like making music around people. I am very shy.
How are you shy?
I just got to the point where I started letting my friends like come in my sessions.
Oh, yeah. So like, before you just you gotta record only on your own. You don't want anybody to see the process.
Well, because of course, but like I have my engineer cuz, but like I didn't like nobody being in there. I was always very shy.
But you gonna perform it. We've seen you perform.
Performing is a whole nother monster.
Okay.
It's a whole nother monster.
Because I was like, you gotta
I don't know, because I think it was with the song, it's like I want to be the first one to hear it and then perfect it and then let you hear it. Because I don't know what it's gonna sound like. I know what it sounds like in my head, but I don't know what it sounds like on record yet. And sometimes like I just be one to be the first one. So it's hard to have somebody there in your process. But I will say Breezy helped me break out of that because like she started coming with me to my, to my sessions, and I started letting her have like an opinion a little, and then like, even then it's still hard. She still say I shut her down about stuff, but sometimes I listen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I allow her to have an opinion.
I love it.
But I try. But now I'm really, definitely, really like, okay, I'm cool with taking direction here and there, just because I'm learning that all of these legendary people who make music have multiple brains that come together to create this music. Yeah. Like it's very few people who are making music just them. And I have to give myself credit to how much great music I've made with just me. So now I'm like, okay, girl, it's okay for you to let some other people in a little bit.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Like, so I'm just now at that stage in my career where I'm like,
how long have you and Breezy been together? Y'all have been together for
almost 5 years. But she's been a part of my management team for like 3 years.
Okay.
So I guess that's the other thing too. How is that like? She does stuff in this industry. She definitely gets things moving. But it's also this thing too where it's like, how is that give and take where it's I'm in a relationship with somebody that is the GOAT, but also like I kind of want to do what I want to do.
Oh yeah, so, we bump heads all the time about it, but we tend to always come back together. Like we're both women, both strong bosses in our own lane with what we do. So naturally, she be like, "Man, you gotta listen to me, man. I got this. Like I'm seeing it. I'm." She stays up late researching things, and she's always keeping her ears to the streets and always learning and absorbing things from, the internet. And she always just tries to make sure that like, she's telling me and helping me. Cause she know that really right now, to be honest, it's really just me and her. Like I still have an OP around me, but he's not my actual manager anymore. Cause I felt like he needed to focus on the label. It was really hard for him to focus on me and have the artist at the label was, having him pretty much babysit is how I look at it, but whatever. Bring around and do everything that they need to do. And I just felt like it was unfair to me and him because I didn't want to get frustrated with him. And I'm just like, do what you need to do, But he's there still in my corner, still helping, does what he can. So right now it's really just me and Breezy. Like I've had a few people come along trying to do this manage because I'm doing trial basis with people right now. But everybody honestly thinks that they can take on a female artist like me. And I don't think they realize how much I've accomplished or we've accomplished already. So it's like, if you can't do something for me that I could do for myself, or we can do for myself, you're not holding any value over here. And if you are thinking outside of the box, and if I am being proactive, that's the number one thing. I think that with a lot of managers, like, that's been coming my way, it's like they're not proactive. They're like waiting for whatever instead of going to get it. Instead of making and creating the opportunities and, you know, speaking, you know, my names in certain rooms and doing certain things. They just like waiting on it to fall in their hands. And baby, that's not how I didn't get here by waiting on nothing.
And a lot of people might not know your experience where
and
you were signed by
to one of the biggest managers in the world.
So you get signed by Matthew Knowles. You have been in groups, you have been in duos, you have been those are the kind of things where it's like, this is not, oh, I'm brand new.
Yeah.
You've been working this for a while.
Yeah. And it's like funny because I can hear Matthew being like, you wasting your time. And I wasted a lot of time having people around me that I feel like I just was kept trying to
wait a minute, let's go back. Why do you think Matthew would say you're wasting your time?
Because he knows immediately when something isn't working or when someone ain't working hard enough or if this just not, y'all passions aren't on the same level to really like.
Oh, you're saying you kind of hear his voice when you're working with somebody. You're
you're giving them like, and if I'm giving them too many chances, Matthew would have been like, you feel me? Like, you know, he would have just like, so, you know, like for an example with Beyonce, you know, Beyonce never, once her dad wasn't her manager no more, she managed herself. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he taught her like, there's a lot that you could do for yourself. And once you become a boss, like, he turned her up into a boss and taught her how to, you know, manage the things that she needed to manage. And I feel like he didn't necessarily teach me that, but I learned a lot from being around him and seeing it. And I would, you know, and he would tell us certain things for sure, because naturally just speaking in future term, like, you know, about having people around us and having team or labels and things like that. Cause, you know, he knew that was becoming in the future. So, you know, I would think about him sometimes in certain situations because I know that he will always say nice people finish last. And I will always think about that. Like, I'm being too nice. Like, I'm end up in last fucking place being so goddamn nice to people when I just need them to do what the fuck they supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to understand that they got this going on there and this just happened. Like, that's what I end up doing.
Okay.
And I hate that about myself because it's like, it shouldn't be like that because I don't make excuses for myself.
So if you get a manager, you want like a mean manager, like somebody
not mean, get out of here. Just someone proactive.
Okay.
That's it. If you are proactive, we gonna work.
Yeah.
Because I never got to worry about what you're doing. I never got to wonder if you are creating opportunities or speaking my names in certain rooms when I'm not there, or thinking ahead of things or lining things. Like I would never have to worry about that because you're naturally a proactive person, and I know you got that lined up. I know that's what you're doing. You feel me? Like,
okay.
That's the part. I think that in the beginning we had that. And then, like I said, when it came with LP, like the label just kind of, once he upped in the label, it just took a lot more of his responsibility. And it was just too much for him to balance, you know? And
do you prefer the idea of being on a label or being independent? Like, what do you want to do necessarily?
I prefer to be in a situation that makes sense for me, whatever that situation may be, because I do want to have creative control in whatever situation that I do. I don't ever want to be bound to any type of situation where I can't drop when I want to drop. You know what I mean? So, or creatively be told what to do, you know?
Yeah.
Those two things are the most important to me. And depending upon what situation I've had situations come to me right now, but right now I don't feel like it makes sense. I think I'm at a really good point, but I feel like it's like another little level that I need to go to that I feel like will keep me more secure and make me feel more like an asset when people come to me. You know, like I feel like people still low-key treat me like a liability, which means you believe in me, but you don't believe all the way.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? That. So I'm just building myself to that point.
And I see you building like other way, like there's the reality show.
Yes.
Like how did that even come about? That's Chad Black's House of Influence?
Yes.
Okay, so how does this come about?
my business rep at the time, Imani Scott, she was friends with Chad. I knew of Chad as well.
Yeah.
And she was like, we about to go to this casting call. I'm like, casting call for what? Chad got this show and he feel like you'll be perfect for it. I feel like you'll be perfect for it, so you gonna go. I ain't really know much about it, to be honest. Like, honestly, didn't know. I trusted her and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go. Because I'm not foreign to reality TV. As far as filming it, our shit just never dropped. We filmed for about 6 to 7 months once. A show with Matthew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This was you.
We had a production deal. Well, it was a independent. No, Blush.
Blush.
Okay. Yeah. We had an independent production company who came and they wanted to do like documentaries type of thing on Matthew and whatever he had going on in his life at the time. And so naturally it was us because he had just signed us, or not just signed us, but we had just got out of artist development and was traveling around the world doing a lot of different shit. And they wanted to capture it all. It was more so supposed to be about him. Some type of way it flipped to us in our lives. And it got real interesting. And they was like, we could sell this. So then they filmed us about 3 or 4 months. I guess they came in with a pilot. I never actually got to see the pilot to that one. But they did a pilot and then they shopped it to other production companies. And Beauty and Murray picked it up. Okay. Which is one of the top production companies in Hollywood. They do Bad Girls. They did Bad Girls Club, Mariah Carey. They did the Kardashians is what they mainly known for. So, you know, they have a really good connection with E. So we shot another 6 months with them. And it was one of the most emotional times of my fucking life.
Why was it so emotional? What was happening?
Everything you would think of. They was like Matthew was throwing curveballs specifically to get emotional reactions because he knew what would sell. So it was kind of like
y'all walk to get cheesecake. Like, what was he doing?
Nah, he didn't pull a Diddy, but he was on my ass about my weight.
Okay.
Because I was the thicker, and it's crazy because looking back on it, you know, we were babies, but looking back on it, I was not even big. But he was on me about my weight because the third member that we had Bunny, she was very small. You know, Tally was big, but she had lost weight. Bigger, but she had lost weight. I was bigger, but had lost weight, but I still wasn't down to I guess like the point where he felt like we would mesh the best. But like I was closer to Tally's side, but he wanted me to more so be in the middle with her and Bunny, you know? Yeah. So he was on my ass all the time about the weight, to the point where he threatened to drop me. I had a whole scene. I was crying to my mom about it. And my mom was basically like, well, do you want this or not? Because you're either going to cry about it or you're going to do it. Like, she was like cutthroat. She didn't care. When I tell you the whole production company was like locked into my mama, to the point when we was done with the scene, because we had did a scene at, like when we went out to eat, we was done with the scene. They were like, your mom needs a show. Like people would watch her and listen to her. Yeah, they were like talking to my mom. Yeah. They was just like, you could be like the next Oprah, because my mom was just she's just a real ass person to the T, and she just really has no ill will in her heart about anything that she says. She just looks at everything from like a mother standpoint, or just like, I want to see you win standpoint, whoever it is, you know? So did that. Then the Tally thing, he was trying to make her change her hair. She didn't want to change her hair. He literally did something where we pulled up to a hair salon and he was like, this is your ultimatum. Like, I'm about to change your hair or you can't be in a group no more type shit.
Like Tyra Banks top model
he
type
literally
stuff.
cut her hair off. Oh. Like, made a short. It was the most dramatic thing.
That's a lot.
Like, when I say it was the most dramatic, it was so hard for me to see her cry like that. You know, like, it was really hard for me to see that.
So he's on your ass about weight.
Then Bunny, he on her ass about a little bit of everything. You know, like, I'm not going to say that we considered like her the weaker link. She was just the replacement. So naturally, it was still certain things that she was learning, you know? Yeah. And he wanted her to embrace her sexiness because she was the sexier one, I guess. Or she dressed the sexier one. But he wanted her to really like evolve into it, you know, and like be confident in it. And then he was doing like background checks on everybody's families. It was like a whole thing. And all the mamas coming in. I mean, my mama background check good. But he had like all the, you know what I'm saying, come together. And it was a big rah-rah up in there with that. I don't even know. I just remember my mama almost cursing him out. Dang. Like, she was like, I don't know who this nigga think he is. Like, he must don't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't give a fuck. You be Obama. She gonna tell you about yourself. Okay? So that happened, but she respected him. I will say my mama absolutely respected him. And she always felt like, you know, he knew what he was talking about to an extent. He might not always have the best delivery when he said things, but she felt like he was very, you know, wise in what he said and what he did. So it was just all over the place. He put us in this 1-bedroom apartment together. Gave us allowance for groceries. Like, it was just like, I don't know. It was like a camp TV show. I don't know how to explain it. It was very dramatic, though.
Three of y'all?
Yeah, it was 3 of us.
Yeah. Ooh, 1 bedroom.
Well, yeah, but it was a weird setup. I don't know how to explain this, but because I don't think it was really a bedroom. I think it was a business and they made it into an apartment.
Yeah, this is when you said y'all was staying in the office building.
Yes, it was. The door was an office building.
Yeah, the door was glass. It was cold in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it had like a living room with a little kitchen, but the kitchen didn't necessarily have an oven. We had to do like a portable oven. We had a stove, but no oven. We had 2 restrooms and we had 1 big room where we had bunk beds.
What are we doing here?
We had some fun times in the Blush house, though. I will say that.
Okay.
I mean, our house was the house everybody would go to because nobody really had their own houses back then. But we had our, you feel me? Like, so.
You still had the space. You know what I'm saying? You still had the space. And this was back in Blush. So this was the first. No.
This is the this is the replacement group,
but it was a replacement one. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The second iteration of
the group. Because we had Blush Music with 3 H's. And then when we got with Matthew, we dropped the 3 H's and it was just Blush.
So when you started out initially, I think the story was before, like, you did poetry.
I did.
And then
I met Telly on Facebook.
Okay.
Me and my other best friend that I grew up with, we started a rap group when we was super young, but it was 3 of us and we all rapped. And then our third best friend, she got with some nigga who was trying to manage us. And then all of a sudden it was like, okay, I want to sing now, which she always sung a little bit, but she liked it to rap. But I guess now she wanted to sing. So we was like, okay. So then she went to go sing. And then she left me and Vicky kind of on our own. And so then I was like, well, what we gonna do? You think we should add another person, add another rapper? So I had got the idea to add a singer because I feel like we needed melodies and singing on hooks. And I think it would just complete the group better than another rapper. Yeah. I never had seen a group with 2 female rappers and a singer, you know?
Okay.
So I was about history being made. I'm like, yeah, let's do that because that's going to be lit. So we have been posting on Facebook, Instagram, and Telly popped up. I don't know if somebody sent it or she responded. I think we both hit her up separately in the DM.
Okay.
And she had responded to me.
And how old are y'all about this time? Roughly.
Probably like 17, 18.
Okay, this is like 17. Y'all are still trying to get things started. And then I guess y'all just connect with Tally, like y'all just kind of hit it off real quick.
Yeah.
What social media platform?
Facebook is where the one she responded on.
Okay.
But yeah. And she was living on the north side. I was living in Mo City. Vicky started living with me because she actually had a child when we were 18. So she had her baby and she was staying with us. I was helping her. My mom and her stayed with us for a little while. On and off. She was going back and forth from her parents in here, you know, doing what she needed to do. And my mama let us all stay together. It was a wrap. So we was all up in there. It was like my mama had 3 of us. And we would rehearse in the garage. We would have people over and have little shows because the way my house was, it was like this little step up platform where the living room was, dining room, into the kitchen. So we would move the dining room table, had little shows right there. Yeah, like full blown. And then We got signed to Matthew.
How did that happen? Because that's a lot of just gloss over.
Yeah.
Well, we started making a name for ourselves. We was like the girls in the suits for a while. Like we would go out because we had an exception with the movie Step Brothers. Okay. So
great movie.
I know, right? Movie. So we started wearing like suits with dunks, like and titty shoes and stuff when we go out. And we had did this mixtape called Black History 365, where we did medleys, and it started from the 60s up to the 90s.
Okay.
It was 2000. I can't remember. So
medleys from the 60s to the 90s.
Well, we took songs and redid them. Okay. But we did it like one track might have had like 3 different songs feels on that song. It's called a medley. So you just kind of meshing them together.
Sweet.
Actually, the first ever I feel like really do some stuff like that on the mixtape, but you know,
making history.
Not for real, but yeah, it was super dope. Then we had got with this lady named Kelly Cryer, super dope, love her. At that time, she was working with like Kirko and Keisha Cole, and she was over at a studio with Bruce. I mix, Bruce Banks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we was recording over there with him, and
Dang.
We started just going to different things. Bun B started kind of like inviting us out to places because he was really close with Kelly, and he started kind of like, you know, taking us under his wing a little. So it was just like people was knowing who we were. So then somebody told us about this showcase. I was like, you should go to the showcase. Matthew be there. It's on his property, but it's not his showcase. But every once in a while, I guess he be popping up in there. So we was like, okay. I think it was like $25. It was nothing. We went, long and behold, he popped up. And he came up in there literally right before we got ready to go on stage. And we went on stage, and this is when we was in suits, but we was in heels with the suits. And I remember around this time, we had a pop type of song. We really was all over because we had like a pop song, we had a hip hop song, and then we had more like an R&B song where we was just like on the verses. It was crazy, but we had redid I Wanna Love Somebody. No. Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Okay. All right.
We redid Girls Are So. We doing that. We're up there doing our little Me and Vicky we had decided that we was going to pretend like we was doing harmonies in the background because we didn't know what to do.
Rappers.
We didn't know what to do while Tally was singing. So we back there. You know what I'm saying? And like we singing. So he got on the mic and he was like, so who's rapping and who's singing? First of all, I feel like it was kind of obvious who the rappers were and who the singers were, but maybe we look like we rapped and sing, you feel me? But he was like, I don't know, I'm confused, y'all singing back there, da da da. So, you know, he kind of picked us apart and was like, gave us some advice about like what he felt like as a group that we should work on. He was like image-wise that like image-wise we was good, but he felt like we needed to be more meshed with the image. He was like, if I see one of you over there and one of you over there, I need to automatically know that y'all in a group together. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he said that, and this is when we learned about live vocals. And he was like, y'all need to have some live vocals on there. Y'all lips, you singing over the vocals. Da 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 da. So, long story short, we implemented pretty much everything he said, and we came back. And
how long did it take you to come back?
About 2 weeks. Okay. It was like 2 weeks later, we came back, and I lied. They sent us an email and said that he requested for us to come back.
Oh, that's good.
They was like, Matthew Knowles requested about you guys and wanted to see if you would come back and perform. So we was like, oh shit, you know, so we getting ready, da 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 da. We go back and he was impressed. He was like, y'all listen to what I said, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he made us do something on spot. And when we did, we had this thing that we would do where Tally would acapella sing, and then she would beatbox, and me and Vicky would rap. So we did that for him, and he was like, I want to sign y'all.
Oh, I would too. Okay. That's like female Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's ridiculous.
And she used to beatbox the fuck out of us, like all of that. You feel me? And yeah, we sat on it for a little while, you know, because of course, you know, you don't want to just jump to the next quick. We sat on it for about a month, honestly. Okay. But we felt like at that point we had been a group, you know, for a good little minute. And we knew that like it was no other manager in Houston that could deal with a group besides Matthew Knowles. Like you can't knock anything that he got on. It was just confusing for us because around the time that we were getting ready to, like, I guess, sign with him, he was in the media hard.
Yeah, he was.
He was in the media hard. Yeah. I mean, they was like coming for him left and right. And we was just like, we don't know if this is going to affect us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, or what? Like, that was, I don't know. In the beginning, it didn't affect us. He allowed his own actions to affect what he had going on and what we had going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just one of those type of guys where if it wasn't his way, it was no way, you know? So it was just one of them situations where you just have to let him be him. Like, it's really, you just gotta let him be him.
I mean, I bet it's hard. But he's like, I made Beyonce. You know?
No, he's definitely like, you know, like, I mean, I'm not gonna say he like brags like I made Beyonce, but I definitely felt a lot closer to Beyonce when I was signed to him because of all of the personal moments that we were shared with when it comes to his kids.
Yeah.
You know, we were in that loop with him. He treated us like family, so we got to know certain things, see certain things, and it made you feel like they were kind of like, this child was kind of like your big sisters because every lesson that he taught us was something that he referred back to them and a lesson that he taught them. Or a situation experience that he can give us that they went through that he's trying to prevent us from going through, or why he's saying whatever, you know? So it's like you naturally feel like you connected to these people, like, you know? So it was one of them situations where it definitely built us a tough skin and a strong bond, you know?
Yeah.
Because he always made sure to let us know, like, if the group ain't tight, it ain't gonna work. Like,
but I mean, period. With that, like, when you guys separate from him and you're like, you go off on your own, the decision is like, oh, okay, well, you and Tally continued as a duo.
We did.
Okay.
We continued as a duo, but in the beginning, we didn't think that. In the beginning, we did think all three of us was walking away. But the third member, she had decided somewhere in the mix, I don't think that she was mentally strong enough to withstand, like, not being, because she had never necessarily did music on an independent level before she got with him. Yeah. So I don't think that she was confident enough in herself. I think she thought. But then she kind of turned around and was just like, I don't know if I even want to do music no more. You know? Okay. So we was like, okay, well, can't cry about it. Got to keep it pushing. So then we was like, ain't no more adding nobody. Ain't no more adding nobody. It's just us. It's been us. Yeah. We just gonna rock rapper and singer. Like, that's us. Yeah. And topic of discussion became, because us two was always a topic of discussion in the group. Like, it was always talking about us two, or us not including her, or us doing this. Like, it was always something we was doing. Yeah. So it was like, well, shit, since we the topic of discussion, here we go. Yeah. You know, so that's kind of where the name came from. And yeah, that whole part of my life, though, is like something that I'm now understanding how blessed I was to go through. Yeah. You know, because I did get to go through artist development. He sat there for hours with us and taught us how to direct interviews and how to keep, you know, like when you're doing an interview, basically how to keep what you want to be said, or how to, you know, control the environment, control the interview. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, he taught us that. He taught us media presence. He taught us that, you know, on time is late. You know, just having a certain integrity about yourself when you out. Like, you at the end of the day, you're an artist. You can't never, I don't care if you're going to Walmart, he said, like, you need to look like an artist. Like, you need to look like you're a brand, you're a walking poster everywhere you go.
And he does have a thing about, like, artists to stand out. Like, you can't look, I think about, like, with your hair and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We were at something and he was just like, you know, I'm looking in the audience and I don't see no artists. Y'all all look regular to me. You know what I mean? So that there is something to be said about that. So you learned a lot under there.
I learned the pressures of being a female artist. I learned what it took. He always told us, like, at the end of the day, sex sells, and he knew that. That's why the reason why when Destiny's Child or Girls Time first came out, they had such that break in between, because he was like, you know, we needed to decide, are we going to market them in a kid way and have people grow and then have to transition them, or do we just want to take a second and have them pop out And he took a second and allowed them to pop out when they were looking a little older.
Yeah.
Name change.
Exactly. Yeah. So, because he was like, it ain't no coming from, because then you would have had a Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus situation.
Yeah.
She had to go completely crazy left in order for the world to separate Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. Otherwise, you get the Bow Wow thing that happened.
And so
come on, Bow.
The decision for him to wait and to have them look a little bit more mature at 15, 16, because at that point they have women bodies. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't give you kid vibes. And he knew that at the end of the day, that was going to sell more than the kids. You feel me?
I was 14. I didn't know that she was 15. They
seemed so much. I
thought they were like 20.
Yeah, they were teenagers, you know? And he knew that. And so he would always tell us as female artists, like, you know, have integrity about what you do, but like sex sells at the end of the day. You need to be beautiful, keep your weight up, you know, like, keep your weight down, you know, do those type of things. And he would always tell us, like, as a woman or as a female artist, like, women need to want to be you and men need to want to fuck you. Like, at all times.
That's an artist thing.
That's just what it has to be as a female artist. Yeah. And that was something that he instilled in, you know, Beyonce. Like, not like that, but like, she knew, you know, that she had to have this certain, you know, feminine and sexiness about her, Absolutely. You know? And it was easy for her. I mean, she naturally can go into that, even though but she is naturally a shy person. And I kind of understand that, how you can go into a character, because I'm naturally shy, but I go into a character when I'm on stage, or I go into a character in my videos. I'm trying to learn how to do that, like on social media. It's so hard to just like talk to the camera sometimes. Like, I need to be doing something. But nowadays on social media, they just want you to talk your shit. Yeah. They want you to be on a FaceTime call with them.
Yeah.
They want to know what's going on in your life.
Like a TikTok.
You know,
before you brush your teeth, I saw that TikTok. That was easy.
I be trying, but it's just like, little do you know, it's like pulling teeth for me on TikTok. Every video is like pulling teeth for me. I don't know why. But I've been researching about other influencers, and it's just like, you have to get over that cringy stage. You're gonna go through it, but the more you do it, the more you talk to the camera, the more you drop your videos.
Because it is cringy. It's like you're talking to your phone.
Yes, it's cringy.
You have to get that. You got to get past that, I guess.
Yes.
Like, you're literally in your room talking to your phone.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. So I'm getting there though. I'm getting there.
Well, then, so when we're looking at your progression, we go from Blush, we go from Todd. At a certain point, you guys decide to separate from Todd.
Yes.
Like, what was the reasons behind that, or do you share?
We both just decided that we had been in a group for each other, with each other for a very long time, like since 17, you know, like since kids. So it was like, okay, maybe it's time for us to adventure out and see what we sound like as solo artists. You know, Tally wanted to sing ballads and do certain things, you know, without having to worry about like if I could rap on it. And vice versa. Like, I had never really made any music by myself, so I wanted to see what I sounded like, you know? So it was just one of those things where, like, let's spread our wings and fly and see, which I'm glad we did, because we're both prospering in our own, like, lanes. So it very much so was needed.
And it also seems like you kind of immediately branch out. Like, you really kind of come into your own really quickly in terms of the rapping, because
I did. I had no choice. I had no choice. I'm the type of person where, like, even when we had our group member change the first time, like, I cried when my first group member had left, because she was like a best friend to me. You know, it was the thought of us not doing it together no more really hurt my feelings. Like, I was in the bed boo-hooing for like 3 days. And then our guy, one day we heard, I was with Taylor, I was like, okay, let's go. Like, let's go. Let's find this next person. Let's get the movie. Like, I can't sit too long into nothing. So when me and her did separate and decide to go solo, it took her a little longer to pop out with her stuff, because she takes just naturally a little longer. She moves at her own speed when it comes to things. With me, I have to stay busy. I have to be working. I can't idle with anything, or I feel like I'm not doing what I'm made on this earth to do. Like, you know, so I was quick with it. Like, all right,
you was dropping.
Let me go, because at this point, the industry was just at that point where it was changing. Viralness was becoming a thing. TikTok was becoming the new wave of music. So I felt like I was already behind, because I don't even like doing this shit. So let me get, you feel me? Like, Because I mean, Matthew did come from an era where the talent spoke for itself. Yeah. So we didn't get too many gimmicky social media lessons from him. Like that wasn't what our focus was. Our focus was on the talent, on being in sync, on practicing failure, practicing if things go wrong on stage or go wrong in an interview. You feel me? Like that was what we focused on. Okay. Social media was somebody else ran the social media. So it wasn't really something that we really like. Yeah, we did concerts together all the time. We was doing the dancing videos, you know, we was doing all of that. But we wasn't stressed about it. Yeah. It wasn't like a make or break how it is now.
I'll back up a little bit because you talked about that. Well, the early days where they were filming you for the reality show and how stressful and everything it was. So what made you decide to film this now, coming full circle with Chad
I know
Black?
you right.
Like when that first gets presented to you, why you're like, nah, man, I
was a little skeptical because of all of the things that we went through with him. Yeah. And all of the he just was throwing curveballs left and right. But Chad really made me feel comfortable. He explained to me what the show was going to be about, and he explained to me how he did not want people uncomfortable. He didn't want any drama. Literally in the contract, if you fight, you can't even, you got to go. Like, it's the rap. It's not one of that.
Not Bad Girls Club.
Not Bad Girls Club. Now, things happen on there that made people argue naturally. Because you can't, clearly you can't get 10 people together and expect for nothing to not happen.
And it's a competition, right?
Right, and it's a competition. But to be honest, what people are arguing about ain't really got nothing to do with the competition. So it's just, but that's just what happens when you bring people together. Things happen, you know? So, but it was such a refreshing situation. I met some really dope people. Each one of us really is like our own entity. I don't think there's not one person that's alike on that show. We all do something different, but we're all influencers in our own lane. So I think it was really dope for me to like work with other people and collab with other people, because we did do that on the show. And I met person I consider one of my really close friends now, Grace, and I just think that she is just an amazing person, and I'm so glad I got to meet her because of the show. And then like me and Kayla G never had an opportunity to have like a relationship, so we had an opportunity to have one because of the show. We did a couple songs together. You know, she's a sweet girl, and met, you know, just it's a lot of people on there that like have a special place in my heart now. So I'm excited for it to come out. He's going to be announcing, I don't think I can say it yet, but he's going to be announcing where it's going to be playing now, because it upgraded. So
it's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing. And I'm excited for him, because not only where we're dropping it is a really big move, but he's also like a black man with his own network now. And that's, you know,
shout out to Chad Black, man.
That's in its own is crazy. So,
and the other thing too is like, you know, he's a publicist, but he's also an artist.
Yes, he
recognizes a lot of stuff.
Kid started.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
He's done it all too. Artist. He's had a drink, publicist. Yeah.
He does a little bit of
shows, all of that.
He's been doing it.
Yeah.
That's our best interview, in my opinion, of all time.
Chad Black?
My favorite interview.
Y'all did him? Oh, man, I need to watch this.
Yeah. And he was back when we was in the studio.
We were in the first
before
studio.
COVID.
But blah, blah, blah.
Before COVID.
Back to Sunny.
Back to Sunny. Yo, one thing I do like about, you were talking about your music videos, and like, one thing I do like is how you were talking about how Matthew was like, you know, you got to stay on your weight and whatnot. But one thing I really like is in your videos, it's all about body positivity.
It is. Because of all of the shit that I went through when I was in the group. I was literally always, I almost damn near killed myself. I was taking fat burners and like working out on empty stomachs and just like sweat stuff all the time. Like I was really trying my hardest to like lose weight. And it's crazy because I really, really wasn't even that big when I went back and look at these pictures. Like I was just like, damn, bitch, how small did you want to get? You know, like, so, but you got to think like he comes from an era where if you too thick, it just don't, like thought Beyonce wasn't even that thick back then. They was calling her big. in the group. She was going through that. That's why she wrote Bootylicious. You feel me? Because they was on her so much about her weight, but she was not even that big. No. She just had hips. That was it.
Kind of like we look back and we'll see like Takara. They'll be like, oh, and there would be whole episodes where they're talking about her weight. And she was not. That's just size. Yeah.
That's normal.
Size.
That is normal. Yeah. That's what I like.
So that's crazy.
Shout out to Takara.
No, she looks really good now.
Yeah, she does. Fantastic.
She always look good.
She always look good. Always. I mean, she made it to America's Next Top Model for a reason.
Yeah, yeah. So back to the body positivity element, where it's like, because of that, it's now you want to showcase that in your video.
Yes, of all types of women. Like I'm big on. I don't really hang around too many people who have like, BBLs. I got a couple friends. Shout out to them. They can do that. They look good as fuck too with it. But like, I really feel like a lot of women with natural bodies get overlooked on social media, or like we praise a certain type of women on social media. In about 3 different categories. And women that just look like me, or look like my cousin, or look like my my friends. It's like I think that people need to see that can be idolized too in a video, in a music video. Like they can be vixens too. They can be, I love turning my friends to video vixens. They've pretty much all got their share of it. Some a little more than others, but I think that they feel amazing. Like that I don't discriminate on the type of people that I want in my videos. No. And I've gotten slack about it. Yeah. I've had people say, "Why you be having them girls with me on video?" Nobody. Like I've had people say that to me. Yes,
that'd be beautiful women though.
And I'll be like,
"Man,
what is the problem?" They're like, "Well, I just feel like the song would probably go more if you had like dead ass." And I just refused to ever fall into that pocket.
I love it.
I don't care what nobody say to me, because for what?
Be you.
And it's like you're really big on creating that kind of space, because also your stuff is built on like community.
Yes,
like you're big on
really big.
Yeah. So
I mean, I was the only child, so like I didn't have no sisters growing up, sister or brothers growing up. So having that like family coreness is something that I feel like sometimes people don't realize, that like your friends can help you do things when you don't have your family support. And, I didn't have a sister, but Tally was one of the closest people to my sister, Vicky, Bunny, all of them, so we went through a lot of things together. And I know that if I didn't have them, like, I don't know if I would have been able to really get through them, vice versa, I'm sure with them. So I wanted to make sure that I built a sisterhood amongst people, because there's a lot of people around me who are super creative. And, but they just didn't feel like they had the support, Now I brought people from all walks of the earth that probably would never really be friends, or never really have been in the same room to be friends with each other, that came together, and now they have their support system. Because like I could take me out of the equation, and such is going here to support this person, and this person is going together here. Like my group, they come together outside of me. They support each other. And that was literally my whole point. And that's what I was successful with doing, and they show up for me, and they show up for each other, and it's hard for more than 15 girls to do. Like I have 20 to 30 girls that do that for each other, and that was hard. It's a lot sometimes. It's hard. And I've had some drop off, as they should, because, that's life, because you just wasn't me. Girl gone somewhere. Because I don't play that. You feel me? Like, I don't play that. But I've had situations with people where it's like, I know that you only here to say that you was here for when I make it. Like, you're not really here for me, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that I just thank God that I have the heart and the personality to do it, because it is hard dealing with like a lot of people and their personalities and their things that go on in their life. Because I'm the type of person where I absorb what other people have go through. So if you one of my friends, you're going through something so traumatic, and you're like I'm gonna feel that pain. So if I have a lot of different energies around me, that's a lot of different energies that I
pick up on.
I have to, So it takes a lot out of me sometimes, but I feel like that's my purpose. Like I'm able to, God is never going to put more than what you can handle on your shoulders. Like so that you could still stand up, you know, like, and I'm still standing up with this on my shoulders. So I feel like I'm able to withstand it, you know?
Yeah.
And I just think about that, you know, and when I'm down or when because I be hard on myself sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. I do. Sometimes I go through what the chats call it imposter syndrome, where I don't feel like I'm good enough or I don't feel like I belong where I'm at. Like, you know, like I might not deserve. I don't know. Sometimes I go through these moments sometimes. And I think
how do you pull yourself out of that?
I remind myself where I'm at. I remind myself. Usually God sends me reminders. It's so funny because every time I get insecure or I start doubting myself, I have a situation happen where someone reminds me of who the fuck I am. Like, literally. I remember one time I was so down about something. I can't remember exactly what it was. And I had got this DM from this lady who was like, I just want to say, I really love your music. I really love everything about you. The energy that you exude from I could tell from your Instagram is such a positive energy. She was like, I have a 13-year-old daughter and I only let her listen to your music as a female rapper. I mean, I know it's not the cleanest. She was like, but I trust her listening to your music and I just think that you're going to be this global superstar. It was like so random. It was literally right after I was crying about something. And because I don't get messages like that every day, but like I get them randomly, you know? And another situation, I felt away and I went to a show and just to see the reaction after I performed and how many people in comparison, because I was on a huge show at that with like, you know, major people. And I was one of the few people that people wanted to take pictures with and be with and, you know, like, yes. I mean, they waited for me. You know, I had a line. I was signing shoes and boobs and, I mean, you name it. It was in Austin. And I was just like, these people are really like,
they're messing with you.
Committed.
Yeah.
And they, you know, and I had people who even was there who told me that they already had me on their Spotify. Like they already listened to me. And they was just amazed that they got to meet me. So it reminded me like, damn, bitch, you got fans. Like you have people who actually give a fuck about Sunni Tha Rapper. Like you can't stop.
Well, we've talked about what Chad Black and the show and everything has coming up. But for your fans, like what do you have coming out? That's coming
music.
Yes.
Because according to people in the industry, I don't drop enough. Okay. But I'm about to start dropping. I got 2 songs I'm getting ready to drop. One is called Work with me and Lil Earl from Dallas. Yeah. And then I got another song. It's called Check In. I'm about to drop with my friend Sakia Leah, who's also an artist. She's out of Dallas. Well, she's out of Turksicana. Should make sure I say that because she like, you're off Turksicana. But so I'm doing a double drop.
Okay.
And I feel like I want to just start dropping every month. And I just really want to hit that algorithm. And I just want to keep feeding my people music. Because I think that sometimes I realize I get into my head a lot about dropping music. And the way social media works, like you really don't have time to get in your head. Because the world is on to the next song every 2 months. You got about a 2-month window span of your song being the world's type. I mean, we've seen it, you know, like constantly, like the span of song. Not saying that like they don't fuck with the song no more, but like the hotness of people wanting this song. It's a very short span, so you have to keep feeding them, and it don't matter what level you're on. I be thinking, I thought, well, I ain't there yet to be doing that, but it's like, nah. You gotta think like how they thinking and doing how they doing. Like that's why Glorilla, I feel like really got there because she was dropping so much music. Yeah. You feel me? Like
1 year.
Yeah. She was dropping a lot of music. And I think that that's honestly what you got to do now. I don't think you can really sit and as much as the old school way, sit on the song and promote it for 6 months to a year and put all your money. It's like you can't do that no more.
Okay.
I don't think it works that way.
And that's what the future holds. She's going to be dropping more. Where can they find you, Sunni?
Well, you can find me on all social media platforms at SUNNI, not a Y, THARAPPER. That's also how you can find my music. Yeah, and if you want to book me, info@sunnitharapper.com.
Look at that. Once again, this has been a great day in my humble opinion podcast. I've been Avery, like a very nice guy. This is my brother, Just Divine. He's just Devon.
I'm just Devon.
And we got Sunni the Rapper in My Humble Opinion podcast, where the opinions aren't humbled. The words, they're not jumbled. H-Town is too sweet. H-Town is too sweet. Bye. What happened to my finger? What happened?
Oh my God.